We are back covering offseason in our 32 user franchise. This is one of the most exciting times of every season. We get new rookies, we make free agent splashes, and most of all, we get to move on from last season's heartbreaks. Welcome back, everyone. I know it was a depressing end to our season, but I did want to kind of go show how playoffs ended up finishing out. And if we go look at here, the Bengals ended up winning the Super Bowl 33-7, and they're the back-to-back champions. So that's what we're trying to go against. Right? Maybe I can go back to 24. Oh, that's crazy. I can. So you can see that he won last year, and then he won at 25 as well. If we're looking at the yearly awards, Burrow won MVP. Bengals coach won the year, coach of the year. Higgins got offensive player of the year. Jamin Davis got defensive player of the year. Then you can see Tyler Perkins, that 99-speed rookie receiver, got rookie of the year. I kind of feel like our boy Darren Lonnie got cheated a little bit, but it is what it is. So either way, that's kind of the recap of it. We're about to go into off season. I don't have any money to spend, but I did want to say that we did have a player retire, and you know it's good. I'm okay with his decision. We talked about it, and our boy Zach Martin decided to retire. He wasn't going to be on our team next year anyways. We didn't offer him a contract. We're going to let him go into free agency, and hey, we talked about it, and he just decided it's better for him to retire. So I respect his decision. He's allowed to kind of join our coaching staff. He might be an O-line coach. You might see that next year. We'll kind of see how that plays off. We are now in the re-signing stage, and we only got $5.9 million in salaries. So we're actually going to go look and see if there's anything that we can free up. All right, I think we're going to cut Malik Hooker. I think that's the best option. It'll save us $5 million, and he's not even a starter anymore. Hickman definitely took his job. And let's look at his ratings. Yeah, 88 speed. That's just not going to cut it. Let's go ahead and release him. Hopefully that frees up a little space so we can maybe make a splash. That gives us 13 million, so that actually makes a big difference. Let's see what there's there's Hendricks, which I wouldn't mind. Let's see if anyone, I'm gonna look through these and see if anyone stands out. You won't believe this, but I found Kyle Pitts out here. 6'6", 91 speed. He's still only 25 years old. There's 4 other teams that have already made an offer on him. I don't know really how to see the market. All right, I think we're going to try this. We're going to offer him a 7-year, a little over $12 million a year. I don't think he's going to accept it, but, you know, first off, there's other teams already offering, putting offers in on him. We'll see if it allows it to go through, and of course it doesn't. We're going to have to, I guess, try to get more. Let's lower it down. And I really don't want to pivot. I want to, see, that's not good. His offer strength's not even in the green. Maybe we get lucky, but I'm going to leave that out there and see if he accepts it. So I think we're going to cut Terrence Steele too. He's 77 overall, and if we come back and look at his overall contract, 1 second, it's loading. Let's sort it back on savings. He's got 3 years left, 17 million, 20 million, 17.5 over here, and he's just not worth that. Now, we don't have an option at right tackle, but I just don't think it's worth it. And that's a Jerry Jones F up. I don't know why he'd ever pay this guy this much, but let's go ahead and release him. That should save us a little bit more. And it does. Now let's go see if we can try to find some pieces in free agency. So we did end up getting Kyle Pitts, and I think we're going to offer Terrence Steele a contract. I know we just cut him, but we can actually get him for a discount here. It'd be $8 million a year, and we took the penalty already. So I think it's worth it. I'm going to offer him neutral, and we're just going to kind of see what happens. And there's also one other guy I wanted to make an offer on. Zadarius Smith. I wanted to give him a 1-year deal. He's still superstar. I want to make sure there's no right ends over here that interest me. Brandon Graham's not interested. No defensive tackles. I don't think so. Michael Pierce is interesting, but he's a little bit too slow. So yes, we're going to offer Zadarius Smith a 1-year deal. And we're going to see he's interested in it. So I'm hoping that we can make something happen with just a neutral offer here. So after trying to make a play on Kyle Pitts, he ended up going to the Bears, I think for a big contract, and that's just, we knew we didn't have the money to sign him, but we at least put an offer in on him. We're going to target Zadarius Smith. We lost, our end last year with Samson Ebukam. We let him go to free agency, and so we got Mike and we got D-Law, but we need another end, so we're going to give Zadarius Smith a shot. Hopefully he accepts. I'm sure other teams will put an offer in on him. And then we're trying to re-sign Terrence Steele again. I know we just cut him, but he only wanted 2 years, $8 million a year, and that's actually a lot cheaper than the $20 million I was paying him. So if I can get him back for a discount like this, then I'm all for it, and we'll kind of see how this plays out. All right, we're able to get Terrence Steele back. I don't know what happened to our other boy, Zadarius Smith, who I was really counting on, and I don't see him anywhere. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. So who do we make a play on now? We need to have a backup We're going to give Clown a contract. We're going to offer him. It's going to take about all our budget, but he's interested. And I'm kind of depressed we didn't get our other boys at Darius Smith. But so we got Terrence Steele back on our cheaper contract, and now we're offering Jadeveon Clowney, and we'll see if that can make that happen. And finally, we got our draft board set. Now, there's a lot of things that I wanted to address, especially in this offseason. The first thing, if we can, I need to get a speed receiver. I need someone to take off the top. Turpin did all right, but only being 94 speed. My first thought is seeing, hey, I need a wide receiver. And that's why I got Jimmy Thomas. He's projected undrafted free agent. But if you look at his speed, let me go to the combines real fast. He's got a 4.2, 440, and he's 6 foot. So yeah, his stats and his overall will be low, but I think that we can work with that. I don't know if he's going to be there. We got a late first round pick, but if he is there, I'm taking him. Moving on, we got 2 quarterbacks here that both look, I'm okay with sticking with Dak. These quarterbacks are most likely going to go, oh, sorry, I only got 1 here. This quarterback is most likely going to go in the top 5, but if there is somehow that he makes it to me, I will take him. He will be my starter, and Dak can watch him just take the reins. At cornerback, this Alexander Durham is 6'3" and has a 4.3940. But if you go to his pro day, it was actually even faster. It was 4.32 over here. And so I think I'm going to give him a shot. If he's there, I don't know who I'm going to go with, if Cameron Schaefer or if it's going to be Alexander Durham. Cameron is 6'5" tight end with a 4.5940. So I like both of these options. I don't know if they'll be there, but if they are, I think they can both make a day one difference once they step on my football field. I don't know where Durham would play, especially with, I feel like I got my secondary set, but if a talent like this comes around, I gotta take him. Moving on, there's 2 pass rushers here. I know that we need a pass rusher. We're trying to handle it in free agency to fill that 3rd spot, but I got Morse and Cooks. They both got great finesse moves. Their 40s aren't that great, but I'd be moving them to defensive end anyways. And we're kind of, I think they're going to be gone. They're projected first round picks. They deserve to go early in the first round. But if somehow they make it to us, I don't hate shoring up our defense line, and they'd be there for the future. So I don't hate that plan as well. Zimmerman, I'm a little bit more sketchier about. He's a little bit faster of a defensive tackle. He's got decent finesse move. And so he's an option as well for that defensive line. But I just don't know how I feel about him. I don't think he's in the same tier as Morse and Cooks, but I will draft him if he's there as well. Next option, I'm kind of just looking at speed at certain positions at this point. These are my, with my first round pick, I'm hoping to get one of these top 5. And, well, I guess kind of the top, was that 1, 2, 3? I guess the top 7 I'd feel okay with. And if none of them are there, then I'm not in a good spot. Then I'm kind of calling the draft a failure if all 7 of these players are gone by the time we get to the first round. After that, I'm kind of taking flyers at speed at certain positions. We don't really need another linebacker, but if Marco Martin's there, he's got a 4.3940. Same thing with Gibbons. Our secondary is good, but 6'2", 4.3840. I'm going to give him a shot. Tight end, Nails. He looks like he could do decent. And then after this, there's a lot of flyers here. And so if any of these, when I get to the draft and any of these hits, then we'll cover that after the draft. But going into it, the rest of these, I'll slow it down. But any of these will just be flyers that I'm hoping, they get some crazy dev or something like that, but I'm not counting on any of them. My game plan going into the draft is to get one of these top 7, and I'm hoping it's Jimmy Thomas. Jimmy Thomas, I don't think there is, especially considering that last offseason, there's someone who took a receiver and he was 99 speed, and this guy looks like he could almost be the exact same. So I feel pretty confident he'll be gone. I might try to make a trade. I wouldn't count on it. So I'm kind of looking at Cameron Schaefer as my next, because I know Soto's going to be on. If I can get Cameron, then I'm also feeling great about that. So we'll tune in after the draft and we'll see how it plays out. Glad you decided to sign, Jadeveon. Welcome to the squad. Terrence Steele, hey, it was nothing personal. I didn't mean to cut you. Well, I did mean to, but you got to recognize your performance just wasn't worth the money. I'm glad to have you back, though, big dog. He took him. He took Morse. That's who I was going to go with. Oh, Commanders. No, that hurts. That hurts a lot. That hurts a lot. All right. It's our pick, and I don't think it's any... I think we're going with our boy, Cameron Schaefer. It's just, we need a tight end. We're going to hope that he's 87, 88 speed, 85. He's in that range, but let's go ahead. Welcome to the team, Cameron. Come on, Cowboy fans. Hype him up. Hype him up. You look like a dog, big dog. Racy, you put in the work. Let's see what the stats come back as. Okay. It's a little sketchy. Let's see. Oh, hidden dev. 83 speed. That's so gross. We're falling apart, Cowboys. All right, boys, it's our pick again. A lot of people are gone. We're gonna go to our favorites, and we're just not looking good here. Really don't know what to do. Kind of lost. I think I don't even know where Sherrod Givens would play, but he's my top available talent, and if he's good enough, then we'll find a spot for him. So come on, Givens, please turn this draft around, because it's been miserable. Oh my gosh, he's 192 true value. Yeah, he's awful. I'm not gonna lie, this might be a wrap of a draft, boys. I don't know how we salvage this. All right, we got another pick. Let's try to turn this around. I'm actually gonna go to my favorites on this one. I planned ahead, and I want to take this Jeff Dwyer. And I know he's not gonna be a starter, but we do need some depth at lineman, and I'm praying that he does something to save this draft. Okay, was 45 in true value. I drafted him at 95. That looks pretty good. A hidden dev, 87 strength. Okay, we did something for once. Jeff, thank you. I don't know if you're going to be starting. I'm going to be honest. We might move you to right tackle. I don't know how Terrence Still is doing, but thank you for doing something for this team after how this draft is going. All right, boys, we are going with Brandon Williams. I am hoping he's a wide receiver. We need depth, and we're just going to see how this plays out. All right, we look excited. I am excited. He looks happy to be here. I can handle that. Brandon Williams is ranked number 1 in true value. What in the world is going on here? He's only 91 speed. I don't know. 98 excel, 95 agility, 97 change of directions. What the heck? We might can work with this. It's been a long night, but I'm finally going to show you the final results of the draft, the undrafted free agents we got. I'm going to show you what the Cowboys look like going into year 3. And I was a little upset, I was a little upset with how the draft went, but I'm actually not mad about how my team turned out. So first off, let's go into quarterback. We still got Dak leading the way, but we have an undrafted free agent, Charles Byron, who's got, oh, sorry, not him. It's Jonathan Harrison, who's got 97 throw power. He's a little slow. He's only 69 speed, but 97 throw power is kind of crazy. We actually drafted Charles Byron, who's got 84 speed, 94 throw power. So I'm still sticking with Dak. Both these guys are normal devs. If they had a better dev upgrade, then I might consider it. But for right now, we're leaving with Dak, but he does have a little bit of pressure. Halfback situation, it's the same. Oh, he just advanced. Just give it a second. We're kind of getting through preseason right now. But halfback situation is going to be the same as last year. We have Darren Lawton, Edward Judge is our number 2, Deuce Vaughn is our 3. Fullback, we got Hunter back. Wide receiver, this is where things are going to be a lot different than last year, and I'm actually kind of happy about this. I did not get the speed receiver that I wanted. I wanted to have a fast receiver, and the draft didn't work out that way. But we did get Brandon Williams, who ended up being the highest overall in the entire draft. He was 78 overall. We got him in the 4th round, and his speed is only 91. But look at some of these other stats. He has 98 excel, 95 agility, 97 change of direction. And if we kind of go over here to some of his juke moves, I think he had some high. He had 86 spin, 88 juke. So out of the gate, he's going to be my number 2 receiver. Him and CD are both a little bit slower, but I do think that they can beat the man-to-man coverage. And he's only 21. So I actually got a lot of hope for Brandon, and I'm glad that I ended up making that draft pick. We're going to have Turpin. He's sliding down, but he's still 94 speed. That I'm hoping to have him more on the outside this year in case someone presses. There's a chance that he can beat him deep. He's still not as fast as you would need, but maybe something can happen there. And then Nick from last year as well. This is his year 2, and we do a lot of full wide receiver sets, so he's going to be there ready to go. We picked up Bayless. He's going to be, last resort, and we drafted Kurt Tatum, who was actually a little bit faster than Brandon, but I like everything else Brandon has the offer, so Kurt's actually number 6 on our roster. Tight end was a little sketchy. We drafted Cameron, but he was only 83 speed, and I don't think that's fast enough. We have Luke again, but we picked up N'Keal Harry, who's 88 speed, so he's going to be our starter going into the year. Cameron's our number 2, Luke is our 3, and Brett is here for a last resort. We picked him up out of the undrafted free agency as well. Lineman is kind of the same. We got Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith, centers Cooper Beebe, but at right guard we have Jeff Dwyer, and we ended up drafting him. He's got 87 strength and he's only 74 overall, but he's hidden dev, so we're gonna give him some carries. I don't know what it turns into. I'm hoping it turns into superstar, but most likely star, and not carries. We're gonna give him some reps. Then right tackle, we moved Connor Williams out here, and then all the drama we went through with Terrence Steele, he ends up being our backup that we didn't need him at all. But all that's in hindsight. We didn't know that going into this, so I think it was the right decision. I'm actually debating on cutting Terrence Steele, which I think I will, to take the penalty this year so it frees up my cap for next year. Defense, we ended up going with our free agent Eddie Clowney. I wanted to find a rookie, I just couldn't find it. So we got Clowney this year to hold one side down. We got Mike on the other side, and then we got D-Law still holding down the defensive tackle, but we got to adjust defensive line this next offseason. Linebackers, we got Damon Clark up to 92 speed, and middle linebacker, I put all my outside linebackers. So Overshown's 90 speed, he's going to be my middle linebacker. And then I got Cassidy Queen, who is 93 speed in his second year. And so those are going to be my three main linebackers, the names I just listed off. Cornerback situation, the same. We got Diggs. We got Yancey as my 1 and 2, and then Bland will play the slot. Free safety is Hickman. We did pick up Rudy Ford as a backup, but Hickman, especially after the year, he had Defensive Player of the Year. I got him back. He's only 65 overall, but he got star dev, so I'm hoping that he ends up increasing a little bit more. And then at strong safety, we got Marquise Bell again, which he didn't have as great of a year last year. I'm hoping for the best. Kicker's Aubrey, he's a dog. And then we picked up some Corey dude to be our punter, which I'm hoping we don't have to use at all. We got all our picks going into next offseason, and that's our team. It was a long episode. We covered a lot. It's been a long night for me, kind of going through all this stuff. And so now we get a chance to change. You know, right now I'm looking like Jerry Jones. The past 2 years, getting blown out in the playoffs, not really doing stuff that I needed, but I feel good with where my team's at. And I'll be back in 2 days with game 1, and we'll see how this turns out. But it's Afflicting, and I'm out. Peace.